President Trump has made plain he does not want to solve the problem at the border.
The Fox Virginia News at 10 is next. Tonight, both Virginia senators weighing in on the failed Senate border plan. We hear from Tim Kaine as to why the Republicans bailed on it. Plus, a police chase leaves multiple cars wrecked in bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-64. We'll share what led to the pursuit. And a big achievement for a St. Anne's Belfield alum. We'll tell you about the inspiration for her art that led to her being named on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. It's 10 o'clock, time for the Fox Virginia News.
Now, Fox Virginia News at 10.
Well, good evening and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Ashley Brooks. Alexia Williams has the night off. We'll come back to those stories in just a moment, but first let's get started with Travis in your Fastcast.
And now, your CBS 19 Weather Authority forecast from the Bright Star Care Charlottesville Weather Center.
Once again, a sunny day across central Virginia with a couple clouds toward evening that gave us a very nice sunset, and afternoon high temperatures reached the mid-50s after a fairly chilly morning across the area. Right now, 38 degrees at the airport in Charlottesville. Downtown, we're at 33, 31 in Louisa, 33 in Waynesboro, upper 20s in Culpeper and Standardsville, and 32 degrees in Dillwyn. There are some high-level clouds moving through, some cirrus clouds that'll kind of come and go through the overnight. So that said, I still think we're going to be mostly clear. Once again, upper 20s in Charlottesville, outlying areas up to 5 degrees colder. Chilly start to your Thursday, but sunshine only for the morning. We thicken the clouds in the afternoon and get another boost in temperatures with a high of 58 degrees. And we're not stopping there. It gets even warmer into the weekend, but sunshine going to be a premium item. We'll talk about that in the weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, check back in with you soon. Travis, thank you. Our top story tonight at 10, a bipartisan bill that included funding for border security and aid for Ukraine and Israel has failed in the U.S. Senate. Both Virginia Senators Tim Kaine and Mark Warner, who voted for the bill, are reacting to this outcome. Our Fox Virginia's Garrett Witten has more on this. Hi, Garrett.
Ashley, Senate Republicans were expected to block it amid opposition from former President Donald Trump and top House Republicans. Senator Kaine says the Republican opposition stems from being, quote, afraid of Donald Trump.
They're going to vote against the bipartisan proposal that they helped negotiate purely because they're afraid of Donald Trump. It's outrageous.
In a 49-50 vote, a bipartisan border security deal and a foreign aid package with aid for Ukraine and Israel has failed in the Senate. At least 60 votes were needed for it to move forward. Senator Tim Kaine blames former President Donald Trump for its demise.
President Trump has made plain he does not want to solve the problem at the border. He just wants to use it as a political tool to attack Joe Biden.
He claims Trump doesn't really care about the border.
And I've known that because I tried to do a bipartisan deal in 2018 on border security that President Trump tanked.
After the vote failed on Wednesday, both Kaine and Senator Mark Warner released statements. On X, Warner said, quote, Republicans got basically everything they wanted on a silver platter, and they turned it down so they can keep blaming Democrats for doing nothing. It's the kind of hypocrisy that's almost hard to believe. In another statement from Kaine, he said, quote, since I've been in the Senate, I've voted 3 times now to pass bipartisan legislation to secure the border, and each time Republicans have killed the deals. Former Republican representative from Virginia's 5th District, Denver Riggleman, believes the GOP is Trump's party.
There really is no Republican in Congress right now that can act independently for the good of the people. This is all politics.
And he echoes the idea that it's all for political purposes.
The way their impeachment of Mayorkas, it takes away that talking point for the 2024 election. So this is just a political decision. That's it. It's a naked political decision.
Now, the bill had been negotiated by both parties in an effort to reduce illegal crossings on the U.S.-Mexico border. It also included $60 billion in wartime aid for Ukraine and $14 billion for Israel. In the studio, Garrett Witten, Fox Virginia News.
All right, Garrett, thank you for that report tonight. One person has been arrested on drug charges after a Monday crash on Constitution Highway in Orange County. The sheriff's office says Daryl Wayne Hiley II is facing possession with the intent to distribute Scheduled 1 or 2 drugs and other charges. Deputies investigating the crash in the area of Grassland Lane learned that Hiley had allegedly tossed a bag into some nearby woods. When they found that bag, they found suspicious powders inside, which tested positive for meth, fentanyl, cocaine, and psychedelic drug known as DMT. Hiley is being held without bond. Chaotic moments on I-64 as Virginia State Police chase a suspect onto the interstate, resulting in several car crashes, including a state trooper's SUV this afternoon. The suspect now in custody. Our Fox Virginia's Felicity Taylor has the latest.
At around 12:30 on Wednesday afternoon, Virginia State Police say they tried to pull over a pickup truck on 5th Street. It was right near the Holiday Inn before the exit to get on I-64. Investigators say the 39-year-old driver then sped away. This is video of the scene on I-64 near exit 118 where that chase ended. Police say the car drove westbound onto 64 from 5th Street. State troopers then cornered the pickup truck with their vehicles and forced it to stop. VSP says the driver was taken into custody and sent to UVA Hospital for minor injuries. This is a state trooper's SUV mangled where the original traffic stop was. A few other cars were damaged as well, like this red one. All of them were then towed away. At this point, we don't know who the suspect is or why the cops tried to pull them over in the first place. State police say the investigation is ongoing. Felicity Taylor, Fox Virginia News.
UVA Community Credit Union announcing the passing of its chairman of the board of directors. Jeffrey Masiski died at the age of 71 last Friday. That's according to the credit union. Masiski has been chairman since '98. The credit union says, quote, Jeffrey leaves behind a legacy of dedication, integrity, and passion for community service that will be remembered by all who had the privilege of working with him. If you live along 5th Street and have experienced frequent power outages during severe weather, you're not alone, but it hopefully won't be a problem for much longer. Dominion Energy making improvements to the power grid there. Dominion Energy will be working in the area as it's part of the grid transformation plan. The project is to help make sure customers do not lose power during different weather events. They'll be repairing old power lines, putting some power lines underground. Craig Carper, a spokesperson for Dominion, says what the goals of the project are.
And the goals of this project are to make this system more resilient to damage and more reliable so that customers can expect fewer outages over time. So this can mean replacing old weathered power poles with newer ones that are stronger and less likely to break from a fallen tree. It can also mean spacing these poles closer together to be better protected and protect the system and our customers from fallen wires.
He did not say when the construction would start, but said it will be soon. 2 projects in Orange County among 6 across Virginia receiving $1.76 million in site remediation grants. Governor Glenn Youngkin announcing the funding was awarded from Virginia Brownfields Restoration and Economic Redevelopment Assistance Fund. According to a release, these funds can be used to redevelop brownfield sites and address environmental problems. A local artist and a St. Anne's Battlefield alum was recently named to the Forbes 30 Under 30 list for her impact on the art industry. Our Fox Virginia's Brenna Kiefner has more on her local project and the impact she's making in the art world.
In Charlottesville, art and history surrounds us everywhere we go. And Larissa Rogers learned that at a young age, when she realized her talents belonged on paper rather than on a basketball court.
And it really had to do with Phil Stinney, who was my basketball coach. That really just influenced the trajectory of my art making.
Now Rogers wants to have the same impact on young Charlottesville artists and show that there is so much potential here to create something beautiful. Using history around her, Rogers collaborated with other artists to start the Operations of Care exhibit at Visible Records.
And we were asked by Reclaiming the Monument to kind of propose an alternative monument that could be in relationship to the former monuments that were in Richmond and in Virginia.
The garden consists of 3 structures made from tabby, which is a mixture of lime, sand, and water that enslaved Africans and Black communities historically used as a substitute for concrete. This is meant to remind us of Confederate memorials that once stood here in our community. The exhibit is meant to be interactive for anyone who sees it. Visitors have conversations regarding what once stood here while planting things people can now use in our community.
A lot of those foods and that we are growing in there is going towards the free fridge at Visible Records is in partnership with some of the other community gardens that they have.
Through collaborating as a young artist, Rogers was able to learn one of the most beneficial lessons you can have in this career and use that when creating this exhibit.
It's such a team effort, and that makes everything seem so much more attainable because you can actually do bigger things with the more manpower that you have.
In Charlottesville, Brenna Kiefner, Fox Virginia News.
Diapers, soap, detergents, and other personal hygiene items. That's what the Salvation Army is looking for right now. It'll be launching a free hygiene closet next month, and they're asking the community to donate. Families in need will be able to take or make appointments rather to pick up what's available when they come in. To make an appointment, you can call 434-295-4058. And we're 1 week away from Valentine's Day. The CASPCA wants to help you celebrate. You can surprise a significant other, friend, coworker, even yourself with a puppygram. For $45, the puppy from the CASPCA will stop by your recipient's home or office for 15 minutes of love and cuddles. Recipients will also receive a personalized card with a message of your choice. Spots are limited, so go to caspca.org to reserve your slot. Looks like a lot of fun. Will be the first of its kind Supreme Court hearing tomorrow. Arguments over whether former president and current presidential candidate Donald Trump should be kept off the ballot because of his role in the January 6, 2021 insurrection. We'll break down that case after your forecast with Travis.
Rain making its way east, and we'll get some this weekend, but we'll also get very warm temperatures, of which I will tell you about right after this.
And now, your CBS 19 Weather Authority forecast from the Bright Star Care Charlottesville Weather Center.
All sunshine again today across central Virginia. The JES Skyline Network cam time lapse that show up few clouds. I'll tell you, more than we've seen in previous days, but still sunshine ruled. Decent sunset for much of central Virginia, and skies for the most part remain clear at this hour. There are some more cirrus clouds showing up on HD satellite. These are going to pass through occasionally during the overnight, kind of filtering the sky, if you will, but I'm still going to call it mostly clear, but these clouds are going to bring a lot of friends tomorrow afternoon. And we're not going to see as much sunshine in the collective of the day. Well, sunshine in the morning, but more clouds in the afternoon. That said, we're going to have a big warm up. Temperatures pushing 60 in some spots. More on that in just a bit. 36 degrees outside of Railroad Studio. It shows at 38. Last check, we're at 35 atop Carter Mountain. No rain since midnight this morning. Winds calm, if not a little breezy at elevation, but really 3 miles per hour, not much of a breeze if you ask me. Much warmer to the south and the west with lower to middle 50s from Bowling Green to Louisville, Jackson, Nashville at 55. That warmer air will scour out the cooler air tomorrow, and we'll be well on our way to highs in the upper 50s across the region. Now, the last several days of sunshine have been courtesy of high pressure, but this high pressure system will move east and allow these clouds to kind of filter into the region. So we thicken the clouds during the day tomorrow. It's not going to be until Saturday that we have any widespread rain or showers with which to deal. The weekend ahead, not a washout, but both Saturday and Sunday we'll have some chances for showers. Hourly planner for Thursday, sunshine confined to the morning with increasing clouds at noontime, 51 degrees midday in Charlottesville, and then 57 degrees and mostly cloudy by 4 p.m. Air quality, though, should be fine. No concerns in terms of air quality or smoke levels. They'll be good and healthy for all age groups. Pollen counts, you know what happens in a month in central Virginia, right? Yep, it's called pollen season. Futurecast, here come the clouds. Clouds overnight. Now, there might be an isolated shower Friday morning. Isolate's the key word. Sunshine in the afternoon, mid-60s for highs on Friday. We continue with that warmth through the weekend, but we're going to have several bundles of showers move through. I think most of what we get Saturday will be in the afternoon. And then Sunday into Monday, probably going to see a little more in terms of rainfall. But it's still, you're going to have dry time this weekend to get outdoors. Mostly clear, mid to upper 20s tonight. Whatever jacket you left the house with this morning is what you'll take tomorrow morning. Increasing clouds on Thursday. 58 the high in Charlottesville, 60 in Dillwyn. 57 for Culpeper, Standardsville, and Palmyra. Cardinal Home Center extended forecast. 66, very spring-like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You get showers late Saturday into Sunday morning. More showers late Sunday into Monday, maybe early Tuesday. We will cool a bit by Valentine's Day, but still low to mid 50s. It's very seasonable.
Yes, and hey, 60s almost. I mean, we're creeping up to the 70s for 3 straight days. It's pretty nice.
Getting reports of some daffodils starting to pop out of the ground here, and here we are, early February. So
it is weird. It's a little confusing.
It is, but maybe Punxsutawney Phil was right. Early spring, possibly.
On the way. All right, Travis, thank you for that forecast. Well, across the nation now, U.S. Supreme Court hearing scheduled for this Thursday will be the first of its kind. A hearing to see if former president and current Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump should be kept off the ballot because of his role in the January 6, 2021 insurrection. The case centers on Colorado's ballot, and as Emily Schmidt reports from Washington, the outcome could impact the presidential election nationwide.
On Thursday, Section 3 of the Constitution's 14th Amendment, passed after the Civil War, will get a modern-day test at the U.S. Supreme Court.
Walk down to the Capitol.
Because of what happened in Washington, D.C., January 6th, 2021.
You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength.
Then President Donald Trump didn't actually go to the Capitol, but thousands did, disrupting Congress as it certified Joe Biden as the winner of the 2020 presidential election. Trump has denied wrongdoing, but last September, a watchdog group filed a lawsuit on behalf of 6 Colorado voters seeking to disqualify him from this year's race.
Trump engaged in insurrection and therefore cannot appear on the ballot.
The Colorado Supreme Court agreed and ruled 4-3 in December that the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist ban, which bans office holders who engage in insurrection from holding office again, applies to Donald Trump, which they concluded means he shouldn't be on Colorado's ballot. Trump and his legal team disagree, arguing that there's no legal basis and that there would be, quote, chaos and bedlam if Trump is blocked from the ballot. 3 of the justices on the supermajority conservative court were appointed by Trump. Trump is not expected to be at the Supreme Court when all of the justices consider the question of his ballot eligibility. In Washington, I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
2 police officers shot in eastern Pennsylvania. A fire was burning this afternoon at a house in East Lansdowne where police responded. At one point, flames engulfed the upper part of the house. It started with a call of an 11-year-old girl being shot. When officers arrived, they were both shot in the legs. No word on whether the call for the girl being shot was real or not. Also no word on the status of any suspects. East Lansdowne is west of Philadelphia. Fox means business. Data from the American Gaming Association shows 1 in 4 will wager on Super Bowl 58 as the Kansas City Chiefs face off against the San Francisco 49ers. Fox News senior correspondent Jonathan Siri has more on just how many people plan to place a bet now that legalized gambling is more widely available.
Las Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world, and at the heart of Sin City, gambling, something that will likely spike Super Bowl weekend.
It's really a full circle moment for Las Vegas to host its first Super Bowl, and that's drawing more attention to betting, and people want to get in on the action.
And record numbers of Americans are expected to be all in. The American Gaming Association predicting 67.8 million American adults will place a bet on this year's Super Bowl. That's a 35% increase from 2023.
American adults plan to wager $23 billion this year on the Super Bowl, whether that's online with a sports book, in person, or casually among family and friends.
More than 42 million are planning to go the traditional route, plunking down their cash online at a retail sports book or with a bookie. Another 36 million wagers will be casual bets with friends, like pools or Super Bowl boxes.
Maybe like a little bet for fun.
In the last 5 years, legal betting has seen enormous growth, expanding from Nevada to 38 states plus Washington, D.C. And this is the second straight year traditional Super Bowl bets are expected to outpace casual wagers. But not everyone is putting their money behind action on the field.
I was debating the Gatorade color.
If you want to bet on the halftime show or something Taylor Swift related, you can't turn to legal wagering.
We want to make sure we can offer wagers on things that can be guaranteed as a win or a loss.
So which team are bettors backing?
According to American Gaming Association research, the Chiefs are the slight favorite this year, so it's a bit of a toss-up, but it'll be a big game on Sunday, and we're excited to see how it all ends up.
The American Gaming Association reminds anyone gambling on the big game to set a plan to bet responsibly, including setting a budget sticking to it, knowing your limits, and keeping informed on the odds. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
All in moderation, right? Well, people are gearing up for the Super Bowl, but not only with snacks, with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce merchandise as well. The it couple is the reason that a lot of businesses are booming. Stores are selling all types of items, including prayer candles, t-shirts, earrings, even burn-away cakes, featuring the Grammy winner and her star tight end boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Our busiest weekend was when the Taylor Swift concert was here in July, and now that's our best seller. Anything that has a picture, or like, not a picture, but art of her and him, or something that she said, because she also said karma is a guy on the Chiefs coming home straight to me or something. Those things are sellouts and our best sellers here.
Coming straight home to me. Data shows that about 73% of people say they plan to watch the game this year, about 10% higher than in recent previous years. Hollywood Nation now touring news, anniversary albums, and a travel series returns. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all of this and more in today's Hollywood Nation.
47 different kinds of mosquitoes.
Levy packs his bags, Mariah returns to Las Vegas, and Usher's big announcement before the big game in the Hollywood Nation.
See, this exactly what you did, you.
Super Bowl halftime performer Usher has announced a nationwide 24-city tour. Usher, past, present, future. The tour starts in August and is in celebration of his 30-year career. More dates across the globe will be shared soon. The set list will also include songs from his upcoming 9th album, Coming Home, which is out February 9th, just a couple days before he takes that halftime stage. Speaking of Las Vegas, Mariah Carey is heading back for a new exclusive engagement called Mariah Carey, the celebration of Mimi Live in Las Vegas. Dates are April 12th through the 27th at Dolby Live at Park MGM. UB40 is celebrating the upcoming release of their 45th anniversary album, UB45, with the Red Red Wine Tour. The summer tour starts July 2nd and will include greatest hits, as well as new songs from the album, out April 19th.
Wow, that was so good.
In today's first looks, he's hitting the road again, reluctantly. A trailer was released for season 2 of The Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy, which features the star touring Europe this time. The series returns March 8th on Apple TV+.
Here is a panic button.
Why would somebody need a panic button?
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, rapper Snoop Dogg and Master P are suing over their cereal. The pair claim Walmart and Post Foods are working together to bury Snoop cereal. The rappers say Post only agreed to distribute the cereal in order to shut it out of the market, and they claim Walmart is not putting the cereal on store shelves.
Just like Rosa Parks refused to stay in the back of the bus, we refuse to have black businesses' products like Snoop cereal stay in the back of the warehouse.
But this is about minority-owned companies getting a fair share, and me and Snoop is going to be that first. When I talk about minorities, I'm talking about blacks, Asians, Latinos, women, whites that are not into that big corporate system. And my question is to these corporate giants, why have a diversity department if you're not going to give us real diversity?
Walmart said in a statement to TMZ Hip Hop that, quote, many factors affect sales, including consumer demand, seasonality, and price. The company says it will respond to the court once it receives that complaint. No word of a response from Post Foods. Olympic gymnastics champion, Gabby Douglas is returning to competition for the first time in nearly 8 years. The 28-year-old announced yesterday that she'll be returning to the sport after helping the U.S. win gold at the 2016 Olympics. Douglas stopped competing at that point. Her first competition back will be in the Winter Cup in Louisville, Kentucky this month.
Temperature is warmer the next several days. You've got 58 degrees for a high tomorrow. Clouds increasing through the afternoon. You might get a stray shower early on Friday, but the rest of the day will be dry as we get some afternoon sunshine. Mid-60s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Chance for showers late Saturday into Sunday morning. More showers, better chances late Sunday through Monday and early Tuesday. And temperatures will gradually come down by Valentine's Day, but will still be unseasonably mild. And don't forget, we've got the free CBS 19 Weather Authority mobile app. Scan the QR code in the lower right of the screen. You get interactive radar, which might come in handy this weekend. You also get the 7-day forecast and these severe weather alerts that happen to be issued.
Those isolated showers, you never know. Travis, thank you for that forecast, and thank you so much for watching your Fox Virginia News at 10. See you back here tomorrow.